Alright, hello everyone. This is my submission for Spindizzy Worlds for the SNES. Basically, what we're going to do here is start a new game. Timing starts when I press A when it's on easy. And the first level here is beginners. It's a pretty simple level. There's a few skips. This level is usually just to get you oriented with the controls. I mean, this game is kind of not very friendly because the controls are, the movement directions are turned 45 degrees. Up is to the up right, and down goes to the down left. There we jump over quite a bit of the level. And this is a bonus stage. Bonus stages can be one of three things. They can either be collect all the gems, jump off, or you have to stay in it the whole time. Actually, no, there's one more where you have to go into the finish area, because there's a little finish block. And so that's beginners done. There are quite a few levels. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 levels total. This one is called Pack Attack, which you can probably understand why it's called that. There's a lot of mazes, a lot of picking up items. For this level, you have to pick up all the items. And the amount of items on the the amount of items that are left on the world actually lag the game quite a bit. This is just a limitation as to the way the game was programmed and the SNES. Those little green guys are enemies, which you're not supposed to touch, but since we're playing on easy mode, this doesn't really matter much. Let me get into the backstory of this game really quick. This game came out originally in 1990 for the Commodore Amiga and was sold to Activision, who in turn sold it to ASCII, who re-released it for the Super Famicom, then SNES in 1992. This next level is easy, just grab all the gems. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, there are several types of levels as well as the bonus stages have a few types, the levels as well. Some of them are collect all the gems, some of them are get to the end, and the other ones are collect all the gems and get to the end. Flags will actually give you invincibility for quite a bit of time. And grabbing all the gems, yeah, this level you have to grab all the gems. We go in this direction because there's a skip coming up later that helps out a lot on the time. Okay, so this section of the stage is very, very laggy just because the amount of enemies. Alright, I missed the skip, so go up and we're in the center. We get the flag, so we're invincible for a while. Grab the remaining gems, and we are off to this section, which is just another one of the grab the gems. Once we grab all of the gems, we can go on to the next level. Another thing to mention, when the game is very laggy, you don't want to use the B button to stop, because the A button will move you faster than normal, and the B button will stop you intermittently, or if you're moving and you just tap the B button, it'll stop you. When it's going very slow, you don't want to hit the B button like at all, because starting up movement after stopping, when it's really laggy, just takes way too long. So here we just grab everything again. Fall down there. Oops. And then grab the 4 in the center, and that's it. Then there is a bonus stage, which you can just fall off because it's one of those stages where you don't need to collect everything. Next up is Buxton Cat, which we have... It's arguably one of the shortest levels because we just skip everything. And just like that, we're already to the bonus stage, which you have to collect everything. I missed that one, so I have to go back for it. And that's it for Buxton Cat. Next up is Sandy Island. This one has a few skips, most notably right here at the start. You just go across all of the islands. This one, the first we go down and we have to line it up with that platform that's moving up. We have to jump ourselves up, which is kind of tricky to time. I personally haven't found a way to time it yet. I'm just sort of going with it. This as well, you have to sort of just time. Finally get it here. The green slimy stuff will just slow you down for a little bit, which is annoying, but not too much to worry about. And these platforms you want to go across, because if they go down on top of you, you then in turn go on top of it, and it just throws you anywhere, and you'd most likely get destroyed. I should probably also get into some of the hazards. Like I said, enemies will reduce your fuel at the bottom there, the yellow bar. If you fall from too high, you'll crash. And if you fall off, you as well will get hurt. So this is Grasshopper. This stage has a few skips. Well, actually not skips, it's just movement is very frustrating on this level. Here we go up and over here to grab that gem. Come back to the start and go up. And then we fall onto that side platform there. Go over, grab the gem up there, go back, come onto the other platform, go over there. Those ramps are hard to get up because you only have a fraction, like a little smidgen of the ramp to pop up on. Otherwise you'll just bounce off. So those are kind of tricky to get. So now we're back onto the overworld. We're gonna jump here and we're gonna go for this trick, and well, that's not a trick, but you have to do that. It's extremely hard to get. Well, it's not extremely hard, it's just difficult. And this platform activates once you grab all the gems, and we go down, and it's time for this part. This part we grab, once again you have to grab all of the gems, so I think I messed this one up right here, yeah. It's possible to get all of them in one go, but it's kind of tricky. Here I just go there. Now we go up here, grab these two. This one is funky. You have to go at a diagonal and jump up there. It's pretty fun. Here you have to go all the way to... No, wait, you have to... Yes, right. I got confused again, too. You have to go over here, get the gem, grab the yellow switch, which will start up that platform that's moving. If you don't grab the switch, it won't move. So you can come up on top of here, get the flag, go back down, and jump up off here. And then go on to the next section, which this has a few skips. Come up here, grab the green, go around here, and jump up there, which I missed the first time. And then go up here. I think I went... Oh, yeah, I got it that time. And that is the end of the stage. Bonus level, you can just fall off. That's Grasshopper done. As of now, we are on Grass Maze, which is... this you can literally just skip over all of that first section. This part is a maze, but unsurprisingly, it's the same every time, so it's really simple to just go through. I get messed up at this point. I'm not supposed to go that way. So then we go through there, and here is the bonus level. Some other runners might say that it's fastest just to stay here and not do anything, but I found that if you grab all of the items before the timer gets to 26, it's actually faster to grab everything because this section starts at 26, and that counts down faster and less time to wait. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Grass Maze is done. Next up is Oily Way. Oily Way is one of the longest stages, at least for me, because it's just annoying. Messed that up. Messed that up as well. Messed that up as well. Got it that time. So this is very frustrating. I noticed that if you get to the top and just go off the side like that, you'll make it, and then can do the same back if you go into the split right there between the two blocks. And then this, you go back, keep going around, grab that gem, grab that gem. I didn't make that trick, but I think I still try to get that trick. And I'm like, okay, you know what, it's not worth it, so I just go... wow, I'm still trying to get the trick, aren't I? Yeah, I just missed it, so I'm like, you know what, screw this. I'm just gonna go... I'm still trying for that trick, holy cow. I was just like, okay, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go the normal way because I've lost time there. So we grab that gem, come back, we jump over there, and we're back up to the next part of the level, which I think this time I actually stumbled upon one of the skips that other people know about, but I didn't know about it at the time. Where if you come down here, you'll actually bounce onto there. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, hey, that was helpful. So now I go up in here, bounce, and I go down and finish the level. Or not finish the level, finish that section. Next up, we go to these ramps. I think this point I messed up the switches. You're supposed to get the red switch, then go through that path, go not to the side, go down, go to the right, use that little ramp as a jump. Apparently someone else has found a different strat for this level, so that's something I might want to try in the future. I'm supposed to grab that blue switch, then go to the left here, not grab that yellow switch, but I grabbed the yellow switch, so I'm screwed. So I have to redo all this all over again. I have to go back up, I have to grab the switch again, grab the red switch again. Go back over, go down to the right, go left and pop onto that one, go to the left and get the blue switch, go to the left and over there, not hit the yellow switch, and now we can go up like that, go down and just keep going, and there's the end. Now this one is a pretty cool skip. Instead of having to go around and do the entire level, you can just pop off of that ramp a little bit and you'll actually land at one of the final parts of the level, just like that. So now here you have to stop yourself right at one of the end pixels and get yourself over, because there's a 1 square gap that you can just barely get across if you have enough speed. So I'm trying to get enough speed. I think I get it this time. Yeah. So now I can go that, and that is the end of the stage. But with this bonus level, you have to grab all the gems. If you fall off, it'll just start you back, so just grab all the gems, and Oily Way is done. Next up is Misdirection. Misdirection is an overworld that's sandy. You have to grab all of the flags, and then it'll let you, I think, go to the end. This one is fun. There's a bunch of bouncing that you have to do, and you have to not hit certain switches in a certain order. So now I completely messed that up. I remember the setup for this. You have to go onto that seam right there, and that'll get you. Go up, grab the green switch, bounce over to that, and not touch any of the blue switches, and go back over to the elevator that goes up, and that's the first flag down. Now you go back, grab this gem. Now here's the second flag, which, oops. Second flag is a bunch of bounce pads where you just have to collect all the gems, and then it'll let you to the next one. Here I try to get that gem, but I get on the wrong square. Grab that gem there. Grab that gem. And at this point, I'm missing 2 other gems. Oh no, 1 other gem, okay. And that's it for that flag. Next up is the lower flag, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Which is pretty easy to get. And then this, again, you have to grab everything on the level. And then here you have to go around, which is not very fun because of ramps. Grab this gem, go down the steps. Come over here, you can just skip over having to go through that ramp section to the side, to the left side there. So grab the flag, go back, and there will be a bunch of gems where you have to go back and forth, and it's not fun, but I get through it. And then, now that I got everything, I can go to that. That's flag 3 of 4 done. Next up is the 4th flag, which is the ice section of the level. And I failed that first try. You have to get in between there. And then I skip most of this because you don't need to collect everything for this one. In this case, you just go onto the ice very slowly and curve yourself to the end, which is pretty cool, it looks like. I go the wrong way because, oops. So I think that's the end of Misdirection. I may be wrong. No, that is the end. Bonus section you have to complete if you want to get the fastest time, which this just has a finish, so you go into the finish and you're done. Next up is Obelisk Run. Obelisk Run is pretty fun. Here, we're going to go on the sandy sections, and we're going to jump from the sandy section to the blue section. So now that we're done with that one, we go to the other sandy section, grab that gem, grab that blue gem, or the gem on the blue one. Now these platforms are going to go, and timing this is pretty frustrating, but I got it first try. Now we get to time this one, which I time, again, perfectly first try. Now there's this trick. When both of the arrows are active, that black platform will move. But the black platform moving is dependent upon your speed, and jumping over the arrow will also, or yeah, those arrows also activate that platform. So you have to have both of the arrows active and jump over the other one, which is difficult. This section, you just grab all the gems and then go back to the center. The bouncing, they look like, what are those called? They don't look like circular, but they look like almost like an oval. Those are just, they take a lot of processing power because every single frame it has to move it, like, and calculate where it should be on the X and Y plane, which is not very nice. So the game doesn't like that, so it freaks out, and there's a lot of lag there. Once you go to all four corners, you have to do this bonus section, which you have to grab everything before, well, either grab everything or just let time run out, and grabbing everything is faster, so we do that. This is just, it also helps grabbing everything because the less things there are, the less lag there is. It doesn't matter if it's off screen, it still tries to render it even though it's off screen, so it still takes those like extra frames to render the stuff. See, now it's all like buttery smooth, whereas at the start it was very choppy. So there's Obelisk Run done. Up next is Rollerama. Rollerama, you can either go with the blue path, or if you're precise, you can go on the green path and just go past all of this. I think the green path is faster, but the blue path, you have 0% chance of falling off. So you go here, go up and into there. Next, you want to just get to the end. You don't need to grab everything. So instead of doing that, you just go to the end right there. Here is just a section. You don't have to grab everything, but I do grab everything because I didn't know at the time you didn't have to. And there's that. Now this bonus level, you can't skip it. You have to watch it. You can collect everything, you can get it all, you can fall off the stage, and it just won't clear. You can grab everything to reduce lag, but flags don't really cause that much lag, so there's no real reason for it. So that's Rollerama done. Next up is Phrygia, or Phrygia. This I realize I went the wrong way because there's a skip that just goes down through there, and there's that. You don't need to grab everything. This one is, you have to bounce yourself off of that platform, and I didn't know the setup at the time, so I'm just literally just throwing myself at a wall here. Okay. So now we go around and collect all the gems because we have to. This section is just very time consuming. Here you can... Oh yeah, if you get trapped on the ice, you 9 times out of 10 have to just zero your speed, which you can't do with tapping the B button, so you have to actively slow yourself down by going the opposite direction, and once your speed reaches 0, it says trapped on ice, self-destructing. So here I've grabbed all of the gems, and I just go to the end. Now this, we thought we had to do everything in this level, but it turns out you just have to press that switch, and this platform will come up slowly, and that's just what you need in order to get to the end. You don't have to do any of that. This bonus level you cannot skip, so I just grab gems to reduce lag, which I don't do very well. I think I do end up grabbing all of them at the end, though. No, I don't. But it really doesn't matter either way. That's Phrygia done. Next up is Castle Quest. Castle Quest is pretty fun. Basically, you have to infiltrate this castle and grab all the gems, because all the gems will activate a platform that will let you go to the very center, which is the exit for the level. So we go up here, we go around the perimeter. I didn't line myself up there. We just bounce, bounce, and we're good. So we come over here, grab the blue switch, which activates that tiny platform that just moves up and down really fast, and we have to throw ourselves up onto that ledge using the blue, which I get it second time. We activate the yellow switch here, which moves a platform that is currently hidden behind that wall, which lets us go onto the sides here and collect the gems. I am supposed to go to the left there, but I don't do it right. I go over where I'm supposed to go, and there we go. So now we jump, grab the gem, go to the left, grab the gem, and now the platform is moving, which means we can get to the end. So we grab that flag, go onto the solid ground, and mess that up for some reason. I usually rarely mess these up, but whatever. Come on. There you go. So then we grab that flag. This one you're supposed to just go all the way through, but I forget. Got that. And we bounce around the diagonals here. Diagonals are pretty hard to do on the SNES controller, but I manage. Have to get more speed there. And we have to jump from the center and get that flag. Get that flag, and the exit spawns once we grab all the flags, which is right where we are. Bonus stage you can just fall out of. Tower City is the last level on this side. There's a skip here that's pretty frustrating to get. I found a pretty good setup for it, which none of the other runners knew at the time of their filming, so if we all just get really good at it, but despite the submissions saying it's really, really hard, then that's most likely why. So we come over here, run over there, and as soon as we hit that in the center part, the wooden stuff, there's one tile that looks different than the others. If you start holding right once you hit that exact thing, you'll just jump up and land on top of the pillar, which we don't want to go into because that would just take way too long. I keep missing this trick. I actually end up going I just keep missing it. Go back up. Miss the trick again. This trick is still worth it. It's still worth... It's just not worth going to the pillar section. Miss it again. This time I'm getting very frustrated because I'm starting to run out of fuel. And I accidentally go into the top section, which is not that bad of a thing. It's just a little bit of annoyance. Doing things out of the usual order. Here, you don't have to grab all the gems here. You just have to get to the end, which I'm doing a terrible job of right now. And there we go. Here, you just line that up. I wasn't thinking. That's ice. You can't control yourself on ice. And then you just... There we go. And that lets us collect those the gems and that flag. Then we go over onto there, and I actually nail it this time. So then, yeah. So now we go back to the center, go to the left, and there is the final section of this stage, which is extremely laggy. And despite everything you do, this stage will be laggy. This stage is going to be laggy. There's nothing you can do. It's just lag. But the good news is we don't have to do everything in this stage. So we go over here. We don't even have to grab all the gems. It's just get to the end. So then red switch lets us go up here and continue. The green switch on top of right there will let us go to the final part of the stage. Well, it's not supposed to be the final part, but skips, ha 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 ha. So go over, grab the green switch, go down. Now move up on the green platform. As you can see, the lag from the beginning of the stage is already quite less. Here you can just fall off and go to the side. And you don't need the yellow platform because falling onto a ramp is more lenient than falling onto land. And there, that square that was different now goes down, and that's the end of the level. So that's Tower City, and that is the first half. Now we turn the map around, and now it's on to Waterworks. Waterworks is pretty lenient. It has a huge skip here that is pretty hard to get. I think I get it third try. So basically you line yourself up, gain a lot of momentum, and just fly over the that little square there. Because if we were to go there like that, we would have to go into that level, which takes a really long time. So I abandon, hit continue, go back into the level and try the skip again. And miss it. It's not too bad. You just go back to that spot. Here we go. And I think I get it this time. Yeah, avoid contact with aliens, whatever. And I get it. So next skip is... Or next up is this one, which I completely miss. Which isn't that bad. This level is not, like, super frustrating or hard or anything, or takes really long. It's actually quite fast. So I'm not worried about that, really. If backup strats is not that bad for that. So then here, here's the last one. because there's 3 you have to get. There are 3 different sections of the level, and they're not necessary. You can skip all of them. Here I try and... this is my first time attempting this skip, and I somehow get it first try, which is really cool. So here we go. And that's the last part of the stage, which we can just fall off the bonus stage, and that's waterworks done. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stages before time. And this one is just frustrating. The ice one is very difficult to do to get the skip on, so we usually just end up doing it anyway. So that goes up, and we're back in the center. But we do nail the rest of the skips. And then you just go to the top and go down, which... this is frustrating, but we get it the 3rd try, and you just fall off this. That's tri-path done. Up next we have Pyramidia, which has a skip that is very difficult, much like Tower City. But, I go for it. I miss it. I go for it again. I miss it. Go for it another time. Miss it. You can be trying this skip so many times, and sometimes the backup strat is faster, sometimes just going for the skip many times is faster. Either way, just see, I got it that time. That would have been faster than doing the level. So next we go into the jagged pyramid right here, which is pretty fun. And by fun, I mean extremely laggy, especially in transitions, because it has to load a lot. So here we go into the center. And here we have to raise up all of the platforms and wait for them to get all the way up, because if they're not all the way up, then we can't go under them, which means we can't progress. So once they get all the way up, I do a skip here, which saves like a couple seconds. So there's that. Those are the 2 of 4 that you are required to get in order to beat the level. We go to the top here, go back across. Keen-eyed people will notice that this is the start of the stage again. So we go back up this and fall in there. Oops, it happens. And we accidentally fall back in there, so we have to wait for the platforms all over again. And I was thinking, oh, I can just go for that, and then I realized, wait, the red switch isn't pressed. It's annoying, but what are you gonna do? So there we go. So again, miss the skip. Miss the 2nd time, and get it the 3rd time. And we fall under the platform. Oops. So now we have to try this again. More loading times. So then we go up, grab the last two. As you can see, the platform in the middle is now moving. So we go down. We wait for it to load. We go in the second one here, which brings us all the way around. And up a ramp, which goes up another ramp, which goes to that center part with the platform. Gives us the second gem of 2, and then we just exit the level through the green pyramid. Bonus level, you can just fall off. That's Pyramidia done. Up next is Ball Race. Ball Race is a fast-paced level aimed for trying to complete as fast as possible. If you actually take too long, like, not speedrunning it, it'll actually just be very, very frustrating. On a casual playthrough, I've actually ran out of time on this level, so yeah, this is bad. So now, yeah, I don't know what to say right now. Up here, there's a skip where you go to the far left and you jump over that, which saves like a second. Now we go to the side. No, cat, don't jump up, please. Okay, we go down this side. Other runners go the other way, but it doesn't really matter which way you go. Bonus level, you just fall out. That's Ball Race. Really quick, relatively easy. Up next is Arrow Maze. Now these arrow blocks will push you in that direction. So we come over here, grab the flag, grab that gem, go back to the end, go around. We go over here. Right here, if you hold left, you'll just go across the other side. Ow! Cat, don't jump on me. No. Here, there's a skip that you can do, which is faster than going around. I miss it twice, but I decided to do it one last time, and I do get it that third time. And that way we're able to go into the center. And now for the second part of Arrow Maze, which is relatively easy. Come over here, you skip over a bunch of the corners. Grab all the flags, go back to the part over there, which I fail twice. And then, once again, jump over all these corners, and then go to the end. This is the third section. If you hold down B, you will sort of lurch, because it'll stop you every few frames. So you can just really precisely input where you want to go and counteract what the arrows are doing. So it'll help for running that quickly. Here, we just hold left and go into that. I don't know why there's a separate level there, but there is, where you just fall into another goal. Bonus section you can fall off, and that's Arrow Maze. Next up is Radima. It sounds very intimidating. It's all in caps. It's not really that bad. Grab all the gems on the first level. Don't die to the enemies. Here we go. Go into the goal. This level, you literally just go across, grab all the gems. It's not really that much. You just go around collecting everything and sporing. It's like Pack Attack. And it's laggy. So now that we've grabbed everything, next is the third part, which you just go around, collect more stuff. There's a few skips here. If you fall into the ice, you have to negate your speed so it self-destructs you because you're not moving. Collect more stuff. I forgot something, and I don't know where I forgot it. So I go back and I realize, oh, it's right there. So let me go back and into the end. This is very fun. You can't skip it. Collecting everything does nothing. You literally just have to wait. Falling off does nothing. Yeah. I mean, collecting everything would reduce lag, but there's not really much lag anyway, so there's no real reason to. I have never seen anyone get back to the starting platform. I don't know if it's possible. I might try to like task it a little later to see if it is, but I doubt it. Alright, this section is the final part, I think. Yeah, this is the final part. Pretty easy. It looks intimidating. You just go around with these certain arrows, and then you can just skip over that. Easy peasy. Bonus level, just fall off, and done. Torture is the next one. I actually did not do the fastest strat because I wasn't aware of the fastest strat at the time. So I go around and do the slow strat. The fastest strat is on that first screen, grab all of the gems, and it'll teleport you to a bonus stage which you can literally just go to the end, and then you're on to one of the later stages. But I go into the goal, and I miss a flag here, which means I have to go back later, but whatever. Flag here. Go around, and I'm like, wait, why didn't that work? And it's because I missed a flag. So I go back. Go to the start. Grab the flag I missed. And now I go to the end. If you don't have all the flags, you can't progress. Next up is the stone section. This is where, if you grab all the gems on the first stage, after doing the bonus stage, you'll end up here, which is faster. Here you have to grab all the gems to activate the output, or the goal. So I do just that. I grab all the gems. And that's a skip, which saves quite a bit of time. And here's the sandy section, the last section of Torture. Isn't really that hard, but the other players don't really understand that the trees are 2 blocks high instead of just 1. So lining yourself up with the platform, you have to go a little bit to the left than what they usually do. Go over there, grab these gems. These ramps are fairly easy. Done with that, and fall down the side here. And that's it. Now it's bonus level, you can just fall off. That's torture done. Next up is Water World. There was also a big skip discovered here that I did not know of at the time of doing this run. You actually go left there, and it skips a bunch of stuff, but I didn't know that. Here you're supposed to go down first, which I guess you don't really need to do this anymore, because if you go left, it literally just skips you to the next part, so this entire section would be not in the final run. Alrighty. There's that, and that switch that we activated over on the other side was activating this platform, which lets us just skip from the one side to the other. Now we go back to the center and go down the blue platform. And if you were to go left on the first screen instead of right, this is where you'd end up, where this is very laggy. There's a lot of enemies, there's a lot of gems. You have to grab all the gems and all the flags. Not really much to it. Don't die, which you won't really die if you just grab all the gems. Flag and flag. Exit appears, we go there. This bonus stage is very fun because you can't do anything about it. It's just laggy. Falling off does nothing, collecting everything does nothing. You have to wait for time to run out. And the timer is slow because there's a lot of gems on the screen. And so you have to clear all the gems just to get the timer to a reasonable speed. And grab all of those. And then, now that that's done, you can just start falling off and mess around for a little while. Waterworld is done. We're on the penultimate level, which is Canal Side. I actually thought this was Canal Slide until a few minutes ago. Oops. Go across this side, grab the yellow switch. Those gargoyles that are moving, even if they're just on screen, just take a lot of processing power for some strange reason. I don't know why. It really shouldn't. Go up here, grab the flags, go back down, and the exit is at the bottom there. Next one, you just go right. It's actually faster to grab the flag on the bottom there first, but I go over and through here. Grab all the gems, go left, and I'm able to come back up. Once you grab everything, that black platform will start moving up, and you have to wait for it to finish moving before you can fall in and exit the level. And there we go. Here's this bonus level. I've tried so hard. I have not completed this. I don't think anyone's completed this. It's very, 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 very difficult to complete. I don't even know if it's possible to complete. Falling off does nothing. You have to collect everything. Or you just let the timer run out, which, yeah, no, it's just not worth it to try everything. to get it. It's not worth trying to get everything because it's just too difficult. So that's canal side done. Now the last level is Spindizzy. Those arrows activate those lightning bolts, which you do not want to touch, so we have to go around and turn off all the arrows by going through these levels. This first one, you just have to collect everything. Ooh, fun fact, the top in this game is called Gerald, which stands for something. In the English version, it is told to you what it stands for, but in the Japanese version, which I'm playing on, it does not, so I don't know it off the top of my head. So I've turned the blue arrow off. Next up, we will turn the yellow arrow off. I accidentally hit L here, which rotates the screen, which... Oops, you just lose a couple of seconds. Destroying all of the bouncing balls here speeds up the game, as stated before. It's just faster. As you can see, it's starting to become really buttery smooth now. So now we have to go around. And there's that. So there's the green switch off. Now we're going to turn off the yellow switch. The yellow arrow switch, which turns off when you go the opposite direction the arrow's pointing, and turns on when you go the direction it is pointing. So we go and we have to collect all the flags, which we have to go around this huge thing in order to turn off that lightning bolt that's there. And once we collect all the flags, as you can see in the top left corner, it's off. So we go to that end. There's that stage done. We turn off the yellow switch, and the last one turns off the silver switch. And this part is annoying, but I found a pretty consistent setup for it. This one you have to go back a bit. There's that, go on the seam, and you'll go across those. I go across the ramps more than I should, but it works. Grab all of the gems. Once you grab everything, you can go to the next area. Or go to the end, turn off the silver switch, and now you can get past all those lightning bolts we turned on at the start. Grab the flag, and you're done with that section. Now this, it's just, if you don't go the right way, it puts you back at the start of that section, which is just annoying. So you just go the correct ways, and you're past this part. This part, you can just fall off and land in the right spot. There's that. And now we are on the final section. This final section has some skips. I think I get the first one. Do I? Nope, I do not get the first skip. So instead we have to play a game of memory with invisible platforms, which are marked by the gems. So I grab everything. Grab the flag. Now that everything's grabbed, I can go to the end. It's 2. And then 4, yeah. Go to the center, go to the second to last one there, go all the way up, second from the top, middle, bottom. So now that I'm done with that one, I get to go back. The next skip is this one, which I get, I think, the second time. Yep. Come over here, grab that gem. You don't even need to go through that section. Up next, I try for the top skip, which I don't get. Oh, no, I don't get it. Which is unfortunate, means I have to go through this giant section. It's slow, it's clunky, you have to grab all the gems, it's just not fun. There's lots of the green slime everywhere, which slows you down. And yeah, it's just frustrating. It is time loss incarnate. It's laggy. Controlling it is difficult. It's yucky. So now that I've grabbed everything, I go back to the center. And I try for the final skip, which the last skip I do isn't really that bad if I get it. There's backup strats. So I go off, and I try to line up the next skip, which unfortunately doesn't work out. But this is pretty easy. You go up here, go over to the side there, go over onto there. Try not to fall off while you try to get this skip. I keep missing it. I'm about to run out of fuel. I do run out of fuel, but thanks to completing specials or the extra stages, I have reserve fuel, and I get it first try after that. So now that I'm done with that, I fall off. I have to collect all 4 flags on the corners. And after that, that blue platform in the center will move up and allow me to finish Spindizzy. Right here, there's a little fun thing. Oh, the planet is deteriorating. You're stuck on top of that slime. If you fall off, it just puts you right back on there. There's a bunch of enemies running around because, oh no, we're dying. You have to wait this out. And once this timer gets to 0, that's time. Time. Now that the planet is done, since we played on the easy difficulty, it's like, oh, now try normal difficulty. You can do it, but it's really difficult, so that's why we don't run it. That's pretty much it. That's Spindizzy Worlds. The current record is, I think, like 58 or 57 minutes. This run was a 103.43, which isn't really that far off, and if I keep practicing, it will most likely, the time will get shaved down, I'll get more consistent at tricks, and it'll be a good race. Thank you everyone for listening, and have a good day or night. I hope this gets in. Bye.